Just outside of Cary, North Carolina, the TST. We're down to 16 from 48. 16 teams trying to chase down $1 million, including Seleccion Potrero and Pumas de Alabama. Pumas de Alabama 4-0 in Group E action and starting to be kind of that silent assassin. There's the bracket. You can look wherever you want, but may I suggest the bottom right-hand corner where you see this matchup. The winner of this game will get Newtown Pride FC. They won the TST in 2023, taking on Liga Foot 7. Both teams are ready to roll here, and they've been ready for several minutes, and we're ready too. So glad you're with us from WakeMed Soccer Park. In my opinion, the best seat in the house in any soccer stadium in the world, but my opinion doesn't count. This one all the way across. Point is, it's a spectacular venue that was opened back in 2000. Pumas to Alabama, blazing through group action, outscoring the opposition 13-5, and then took up a very cagey AFC Bournemouth team and knocked them off 4-2 to get here now to 16 teams remaining and a shot to advance. Field one here at WakeMed Soccer Park. Pumas to Alabama in the yellow and white in what is close to a Carolina blue. Those are the colors for Seleccion Potrero. Weather all week, with games beginning on Wednesday, has been a concern, but they have powered on. Mad props to the town of Cary and the TST family, including their family with TITULO. As a bit of bump here, and that is a foul in soccer, so a long-distance free kick on the way for Seleccion Potrero. Point out, not quite a Carolina blue, but since we're only about 20 minutes or so from Chapel Hill, give it that nod. Over the ball for Potrero, Sergio Aguero. He was the star against hashtag. Spent some time with Man City. He's the real deal. Got 2 goals and assists in the round of 32 matchup. Perhaps a little bit of tired legs on that first shot from the star of last night's match. WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, and now we are inside what is newly branded First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park. Pumas de Alabama. They are, for those of you that are truly on the inside of soccer at all levels, you know that on the amateur scene, this team in tournaments all over the world, in different parts of the U.S., they are a team that is making some noise in these smaller-sided games and tournaments. They're looking like it as they have been cruising along. I say all that because had you known that, you wouldn't be surprised. But if you don't know it, they're kind of like that silent assassin, sort of under-the-radar team that is cruising along. People are starting to peek over at them, and they're liking what they see. To Alabama. In their time in the middle of the park, that's Jose Mariana Amaro Rio. He's got 2 goals. There are a lot of players who have scored for Pumas to Alabama. Who scored 17 goals in 4 games. Tend to spread the wealth, and they've done that. Had one of their games earlier, and what is really impressive is particularly how they rotate players and when they rotate players. Sometimes they'll even move players up and back, but more importantly, sometimes it's just a straight 1-for-1, and then, of course, when you get into target score time, completely different tactics. I'll remind everybody what that is in a moment. Right now, though, Pumas de Alabama. Whistle referees have been really good this week at the TST. Whistle here. Another incredibly long list of things that TST have checked off each year. This is the 3rd year now they've been at WakeMed Soccer Park. They've expanded From 32 with 31 men's teams, 1 women in 2023. Newtown Pride FC took that down. And La Bombonera on the men's side last year with 48 teams and 8 women's teams. Elroy Riley's U.S. women's team winning that one. This year, 48 men's teams again, but up to 16 on the women's side. Here's a shot from distance, and it's parried over. Nice work defensively coming from Sebastian D'Angelo. Spent some time with Boca Juniors. That leads to a corner kick for Pumas de Alabama. As you see, right hand doing just enough to send it over the crossbar. Now, every once in a while, you'll see, even as they're heading over toward corner kicks, you'll see the bench area, and again, the rotation for Pumas to Alabama. There is a method to their madness. The players wait patiently. They know kind of when they're expected to go in, similar to what you'd see in the NBA, where rotations are kind of set no matter who they're playing. And it's not broke. I think you know the rest. 0-0, 6 minutes in. The round of 16 moving forward. This will be the location, one of these two fields here on Monday night. ESPNU. The men's team and a women's team will walk out of here with $1 million. The TST. This is Alabama. Turnover there from Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado, who comes into this game with 3 goals and 2 assists. Really nifty and tight quarters, has an incredible ability, talking about 77 in yellow, to handle contact and bring himself up. Shoe repair for Seleccion Potrero. There's the man, Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado. Some of the best feet that I've seen this week in this tournament. His numbers back it up. He's posting up right now on top of the goal box. So they look to find him to the midfield. Nice shape defensively from Seleccion Potrero. They're not a slouch. They've got 3 wins and just 1 loss. They beat Trident FC to open up the TST 2-0. And then took care of Atletico de Madrid 4-0. They lost to the Certified Lions, but they knew they were already in, and then beat a really good #United team 4-2. That's where Guerrero, with 2 goals and assists, really stepped up, wearing number 10 in the light blue. We have a kick in. Remember, no throw-ins. Rules of TST 77, as that shot is way over. No sliding tackles, no throw-ins, no offside. And then when the 40 minutes are over, you take the score. Who's ever leading, you add 1. That's the target score, and the first team to get to that target score wins and advances. Getting closer to that $1 million. And just as important, the player that scores it gets a pretty cool Adidas Golden Fleece scarf as part of every single game. Just 9 minutes in. Knocked away by Savelli. Spent time with Banfield. Played over by Alvarado from San Lorenzo. Little cloud cover coming in, which will certainly help the energy of this game here. You're at the point where everything matters, so just as ambitious as you want to be, you also want to be careful not to make any mistakes that lead to some silly goals. This is a level now where it's win or go home time with $1 million on the line. Popped in the air. Goal kick coming. Luxury already here in the men's knockout round of 16 with a 2-0 lead over Trident FC. Out of bounds, it'll come back to Seleccion Potrero. One thing I will tell you about Seleccion Potrero, when they get to target score time, they are not messing about. It took them 50 seconds in their first game here against Trident FC to get the winner with just a 1-0 lead. They got a whistle, they had the ball, tic-tac-toe, and they got the win. Different teams using different tactics when you get to that point. Aguero did everything and then some more last night. In fact, was pretty busy checking back, taking his time to kind of ease into this one as we enter the 11th minute. Played to the feet of Franco Romero. He had the game winner. He was the player that scored it 50 seconds in, so he was right on time. Get a touch here at Lakemet Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium in Cary, North Carolina, home to the TST. Inside, great little touch, and spinning off of it, Eddie Gabriel Sanchez Ramirez with his first goal for Pumas de Alabama. They work so well together, and they're on top of Seleccion Potrero, 1-0. Take a look. The vision through midfield to settle, find the right angle, and don't mess about. When you get inside this smaller goal box, you need to be quick with it. A one-touch tap in there for Eddie Gabriel Sanchez Ramirez. And it's 1-0, Pumas to Alabama on top. Great job by our crew breaking that play down, not from just the goal box area, but the lead up, 4 or 5 passes together, and then a perfectly angled pass that all you need is a tap in. So 12 minutes in. I think a team, as this TST has progressed, is shedding that sort of silent assassin look as people are starting to look up how good this team is and their background and how much they play together. You can feel it, you can see it. It's part of the reason they're on top. Look at Irving Moros Rica Garcia. Waiting for Aguero to bring the magic that he brought. And that 4-2 win over a solid #United squad. Colorado. Couple disconnections. This is an ambitious schedule for some players that have routinely been in action, others that come together just for the purpose of being together with a shot at winning $1 million, and we're seeing a little bit of that as every day progresses. This is where the crew rises to the top. 1-0 lead. The answer is, how will Seleccion Potrero respond? Bring it all the way back. Potrero. Left-footed ball, far side, and denied. Luis Diego Gomez Luna. Take a look. So Luis Diego Gomez Luna has not had to do a whole lot. He was ready there. Not the biggest goalkeeper, but using both hands, knocked it down in front of him. Saw his teammate was there, because you always got to be wary of that rebound with no offside in TST, as this one will go the distance. Best chance, though, for Seleccion Potrero trying to get back into it. Despite listing Luna as the starter, Alfonso Giovanni Rodriguez Granados will go for Pumas to Alabama. 14 minutes in. Jose Mariano Amaro Real all the way back. There he is, wearing the 31 jersey. Rodriguez Granados. nice track back, but you see the power right there. Now they're going to call the foul on Pumas to Alabama, as it looked like Jose Mariano Amaro Rio kind of swung the elbow right there. But he is really hard to get the ball away from. Let's see, a couple touches there. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't much. It certainly was not malicious. Everything that you saw right there is part of the game and has been forever. Couple touches here. This is better from Seleccion Potrero. They had the chance earlier, and another big save coming from Rodrigo's Granados. Part of the flavor of this tournament, the flavor of this team. Check out another one of these ageless wonders, diving to the right, powerful hands, parrying it away as that was struck with some thunder. Middle of the park here. Here comes Pumas to Alabama. There's the man I told you about, Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado. Not his best pass right there, but one back by his teammates. So he may get another chance. He's waiting for it, and he'll get it now. And here we go. Drop back. He wanted it back. He's going to come out right now. Stay rested. Use the rotation, kind of one for one, the right balance. You never feel like when they make a rotation, they lose anything in their balance, whether it's the two backline players or who they're having in the middle to kind of control that part of it. Attacking players, which a lot of times in the 7v7 form will play the wide area. Try to serve in crosses. The point is the rotation for Pumas to Alabama, the games I've seen, it's just no let up. Say that about every team. Headed back by Alvarado for Seleccion Potrero. Trying to run it down here is Gamara. One back. Check down here by Milan. Side of his foot. Pumas to Alabama. So we'll come all the way back to Granados. Sent high in the air by Savelli. And they get to it, the sliding tackle to try to keep it in from Garcia. The slide anyway, not a tackle. He had the game winner against Madrid, known for his time at Racing Club. "18 minutes in. Round of 16 action from WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Third year it's been held here. Couple touches here. Seleccion Potrero. Knocked out of bounds. Oh, I thought it was going to be a corner kick, but well done by Pumas to Alabama to work that off of Seleccion Potrero. Pumas to Alabama tried the move that I have seen here, where they bring in the player. I mean, it's all fair, it's all legal, and they bring it in, though, after a goal kick, and they're lurking over there on the far side by where the subs come in as they were looking to find Cesar Adrian Vallejo Gutierrez, who has been great. He's got 3 goals, including a game-winning goal, the TST Thriller, the one that gets you that beautiful Adidas coat and fleece. He wanted it, but the pass wasn't there. Behind the back pass from Ezekiel Cohen. Espanol. Physical contact, so we're going to have a yellow card here. And the yellow card will be issued to Cohen. See what happens here. Cohen did not like being knocked down, and he did come up with that left hand. And yes, you're going to see a little bit of that embellishment. One minute remaining here in the first half of regulation. Pumas to Alabama with the 1-0 lead.
And yellow card issued to Seleccion Potrero's number 30, Miriam Abiane.
Yeah, so it was Uriel Papiani. Still got the free kick out of it, but it's that second take, and there's Papiani, who's got the yellow card, so be careful. Quick kick in. Shot, not quite on frame. Decent chance right there for Pumas to Alabama to take that late 2-0 lead, and a lot of times those goals that come in the final seconds of each half can absolutely kill you. The kick in, effective. You find it at the top of the goal box, you'll have some space, and then you have the option of either dropping the pass or taking the shot. They took the shot there. Big time save coming from D'Angelo. Boca Junior's experience. It'll be a corner kick coming for Pumas to Alabama. Here we go. Pumas to Alabama. Trying to get that late goal. Knocked away again. And they are not going to give him the second corner kick. They are going to whistle it. And so here in the round of 16, where it's win or go home, trying to make it to the final 8. And Pumas to Alabama leads Seleccion Potrero by a score of 1-0. And you're seeing it all right here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, because this is the TST. Field 1, Wakemed Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. We're at the round of 16 on the men's bracket for the TST from 48 down to 16. We'll push it to 8, leading to Mondays. Here's the first half highlights. Seleccion Potrero, 3-1 to get here, including a big win over #United. A little sloppy, and you cannot be sloppy against this Pumas to Alabama team. They are so smooth. Dropped in perfectly there by Hugo Ivan Rodriguez Abundez, finding Miguel Angel Morales Milan, and they keep it so simple, right? They don't take multiple touches, as Eddie Gabriel Sanchez Ramirez looking good. A couple opportunities late. Seleccion Potrero did start to pick it up. This was their best chance. Came from number 17, Facundo Romero Gamara. But part of the story has been the great work of the goalkeeper for Pumas. The saves have been great. Taking a look at the shots, Pumas to Alabama. I think that's fair, and it's part of the reason why they're on top 1-0. They also had 4 corners, which gives you a pretty good indication of their attack. Second half underway. My name's Dean. Glad to be with all of you. It's part of our coverage of the TST all week long. A lot of big smiles. It's one of those kind of festivals that if you truly love the sport, your face hurts when it's all done because you've been smiling the entire time. It's a good thing. This one played back here to Hugo Isaac Rodriguez de la O. He's had a game-winning goal. He gets one of those blue scarves. Adidas along with many great partners bringing you the TST. First one was awesome. The second one was even better. This one even better. Numbers have been great. Corporate support outstanding. People tuning in. Glad you are. Solid as well. Seleccion Potrero in the light blue. Pumas to Alabama. Outscoring the opposition 17-7. Now 18-7, counting their 1-0 lead here. Sent long. New goalkeeper coming in. We'll show him to you a little later, but we'll let you know that his name is Franco Serbi. Spent time with Miami United. And you'll see that. You'll see teams have a bunch of players from different parts of the country, and then the local teams, and another finish there. Wow, what a great start here for Miguel Angel Morales Milan, as he had scored 2 goals coming into this game, and he makes it Pumas to Alabama 2, Seleccion Potrero 0. They were hunting for that second goal right at the end of the first half. They didn't get it, but they got it right at the start. Here they stay with it. They'll take a shot, they'll get the rebound, then they relax. There's just one touch and the turn. One touch and the turn. The perfect finish from Miguel Angel Morales Milan. Look at this. Goalkeeper's there. Got to get it high. So much control. So much composure. There are players even at the highest level in that position would have sent it to the moon just based on not knowing how much reaction time they have. But you saw how calm this team is in front of the goal. I told you earlier about 77, Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado, and similar way, Miguel Angel Morales Milan, same composure. Pasha Luxury with the 3-0 lead. So in the round of 16, they'll get it down to 8. If you've got a 7 in your jersey, you're a key part of this game. And indeed, 17, Hugo Ivan Rodriguez Abundez with a perfect drop, as he finds number 58, Cesar Adrian Vallejo Gutierrez. He's got 4 goals now in the tournament, but the vision of Hugo Ivan Rodriguez Abundez, he has been involved, it feels like, in almost every single goal. And this Pumas to Alabama team, it is a machine, as they lead it 3-0 here in the round of 16. 17, Hugo Rodriguez, his full name Hugo Ivan Rodriguez Abundez. Really good connecting this entire team as a unit. Manages his energy well. It's part of the game. Those of you that know Messi, nobody does it better than him. Long ball. top of the box. Captain Obvious, but Seleccion Potrero needs to try to get something going. I think they would even admit they just feeling a step slow, and this Pumas to Alabama team is just too deep. They are too loaded. I talked about the fact that they just don't drop off when they make subs. That makes it really hard on teams that have worked in the weekend, deal with some knocks and some injuries. This Pumas to Alabama team, everybody looks fresh when they step on. Having said that, Potrero, they could get one here. They would take it. That goes right into the two-man wall. And then off the two-man wall, that played out of there. Are you kidding me? This is big-time soccer. Now watch these combination passes. Here's Alvarado. He'll drop it. 77-17. And this time, those two didn't live up to the hype, but pretty good to get to that point. Just the way they went, they're double teamed. They get out of the double team, and next thing you know, they're at the top of the box looking for the whistle. They don't get it, but so much fun to watch. So here we see at the top of the box, that's a step in right there. So yeah, that is a foul. So well done. I mentioned earlier, just saying it to saying it. The officiating has really been standing. It's been consistent as well. A lot less cards, a lot less, what I would say, getting in your face of the official. I haven't seen much of that at all. Be headed away. Two Pumas to Alabama players collide. I would not want to collide with Mejia, number 22. He's a beast. Perfect little touch and step over by Mata. Mata with the drop, almost too cute that time. Gotta be careful. You're feeling good about yourself 3-0. You don't want to just give one away. They almost did right there, as that was the kind of play that we saw last night for Aguero, with an assist on the first goal, and then the third goal, and then the TST goal. He was doing everything wearing that captain's armband. Minute 27. Rare for this team. Didn't need to do it, but the good thing about it is the ball was still going forward as David Mata still trying to attack the goal. Another thing I like about this Pumas to Alabama team. Here's Jose Mariano. Amaro, real dropped over. Carried well, it's carried away. Take a look at the replay. The vision, the side of the foot passing into space. We talked about how important is it to get one-touch shooting. Well, you can't do that if the pass isn't in the right place. But one thing you'll see with this Pumas to Alabama team and all the great teams is they'll play it into space. They'll play it on the foot that is preferred. And I think they've executed that part of the game. It's that great detail that gets you to a higher level. They have it on this team. I'll go ahead and say it. I would not be surprised if they made it to the semifinals. And then anything can happen. Look, Seleccion Potrero, they're not out of this game. Showing some fight. They just need to a little more energy. Early morning game, you can tell that the team is a little bit more ready for it. I think that's fair. Good run right down the middle. Vision there from Garcia. Saw the run, was open to connect, as it was Gutierrez, 58, running right down. A little bit of contact, and if you're Pumas to Alabama, you'll take that contact. Want to get to the final 8, and you want to have the energy of their rotation, and then by doing that you want to manage this lead and then get to target score time, and you've got a nice cushion there. So if something happens in target score time where you give up one earlier, you kind of reset because you have that padding. Explain what I mean exactly. Target score would be 4 if the game ended right now, and that would mean they would have a 3-0 lead. First one 4. Win the game. Here comes Seleccion. Good ball in, and oh my, over the crossbar. It's just been one of those days as the ball was played perfectly to Franco Romero. He had the game-winning goal against Trident. 50 seconds in, played over, really good ball to him from Alvarado. But then Renito sent it too high. That's kind of been the story of the day for Seleccion Potrero. They have had moments where it wouldn't reflect necessarily the scoreline of 3-0. They had players open and just mishit it, misheaded it. Big save, just been unlucky. And as you heard me say the entire game, they're playing a really good team. Right front, lovely touch from Alvarado, and Alvarado with that great touch, a perfect pass and a goal coming to Mejia. Mejia's second goal of the tournament, and Pumas to Alabama. They are rolling, and they are silent no more. People are going to know more about this great team. Good touch in, just 2 touches, and then 1 touch for the finish. 2 touches, 1 touch for finish, and with the 2-touch pass was Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado, number 77, with another assist. As every game you mark next to him an A, a G, a G, a G, an A for goals and assists, as he is money. Speaking of money, $1 million on the line. That man would take it, and he's earned it. That's another decent example of what's happening here with Seleccion Potrero, who sadly looks like a beaten team at the moment. Federico will go out of bounds and come back. They're still down for Pumas de Alabama. Take a look at the contact. Touch on the turn. Good positioning from Paz. Contact with the whistle. Here's a kick in. There are no throw-ins, although I will tell folks that the referee wasn't looking in a game that I was calling, and it went out of bounds, and the young man threw it about 30 yards back to his goalkeeper to get the offense started. The referee didn't know anything about it. Middle of the field, Bundes. Got back to Paz. Here's Paz again. Way back in the day, working with the Colorado Rapids, they had a Adrian Paz on one wing, Chris Henderson on the other wing. Henderson, a 90 World Cup member, 92 Olympic team member, and a big hitter now with Atlanta. Drop back over. Touch and a finish, and great celebration as Jose Mariano Amaro Rios. 5-0, 5-0, Pumas de Alabama. 1 touch, 2 touches, and the finish. Just limited touches. Quality finish, accurate. I mean, this team will slice you up, and that's exactly what they've done. 5-0, minute 33. So Rios taking that ball from Moreno. It's 5-0. I have to admit, I was excited when I saw the schedule and had them, having called one of their games to get here. And they've done exactly what they did in the other game I called. They have just been able to conserve energy, use their rotations right, finish, and quick touch soccer. There's quick touch. Nice save, though, coming from Luis Diego Lomez Luna. So Luis Diego Lomez Luna, he was listed as the starter. Of course, we saw Alfonso Giovanni Rodriguez Granados make some big saves, and now Luna's in there. '34th minute. Seleccion Potrero. The proverbial, they've got some wood to chop here, as this game has been dominated by Pumas de Alabama. I think our PA man, Rob Connett, love his voice and his work alongside Stephen White. Free kick opportunity coming for Seleccion Potrero. You're just not seeing the urgency from this team, down 5-0 in minute 35 with the sun blaring down, 80 plus. Left-footed shot, not there as it sails over from Fryer. So Luna getting a chance to play in the second half. See what they do with the target score time. See the frame of Luna, the youth. He does have the ability to step forward and strike it. But to be fair, so does Alfonso Giovanni Rodriguez Granados. He can play. He's got great soft feet. Top of the box. One again by Pumas to Alabama. Great work by our crew, because what you're seeing with Pumas to Alabama is even when they're winning the ball defensively, their shape in triangles is so good. And so as the press tries to come from a team lacking a little bit of energy, there's just no issue at all for Pumas to Alabama to get out of trouble and get on the attack. Work the clock a little bit. Right now they're fine with Seleccion Potrero doing their thing, and they are doing their thing. That was well played. Shot though denied, sent off the line there from Ramirez, number 13. Need to talk about Adrian Gonzalez Sandoval, number 5, who is stepping up right there. He's been one of those stalwarts that you need in front of the goalkeeper to make a long run. The better teams have a certain way they played, but you need a couple guys that are always going to be locked down. He's going to take a break right now to be ready for target score time. Although even in target score time, the rotation changes based on whether it's 7v7, 6v6, 5v5, reminding you that when they get to that time, if they haven't found the winner via target score time after 3 minutes, they'll take a player off, and oh my! That should have been saved, but the man has had such a great game, such a great TST. Hugo Ivan Rodriguez Abundez has to be recognized as one of the star players. I mean, what he does in the middle of the park, and a kiss to his family. Check this out. He's at midfield, decides to bomb one. Kind of looked like in 2015, of course, Carly Lloyd, that one went in the air in the goal, but he actually thought it was going to be saved as the goalkeeper was there, but it has been that kind of day. And dare I say, as we came on the air, I told you about this team that has been getting some buzz kind of in the underworld on the amateur scene, and they're the real deal. Pumas to Alabama. Unless a miracle happens, they will get their 5th win. Now outscored the opposition 23-5. 23-5. Can't just be an attacking team, though, as their defense is super organized at the moment. There's the turn and nobody home. That'll give me a chance to thank our crew, our producer. Joy to work with Andrea Crawford, director James Andrews, Smoothie, Tim Hendricks, Matt Eastman, Pigs, Dave Fields, Kendrick Seed, Kaz Zone, Josh Monk, Josh Grimes, Jeff Chapman, Mike Crawford, and Dave Oates. These people have been working hard. Minute 40. Deflection. Pumas to Alabama. apologize to be a broken record, but I feel like those of you that love the game are picking up on what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter who they bring in, and even late with a 6-0 lead, they're defending in the opposite box. That's why you buy a ticket, and then you start rooting for a team like this that you didn't know anything about before you got there, and you watch them just a little bit. Take that right index finger like Bora Milutinovic did, the head coach of the 94 World Cup team, put it under your eye and say, I see you. I see you, Pumas to Alabama, and everybody watching sees you. 6-0 in the round of 16. Prolific demonstration. And even now as they're defending to just work off the clock, making that look easy, that does go off of, and that will be the whistle as it's 6-0 Pumas de Alabama. We'll head to target score time. The target is set at 7 as it's been domination from Pumas to Alabama. We'll bring you target score time after this. The target score is set, and it is large. The target is 7. Why? Well, the target score is the leading team score +1, and Pumas to Alabama in clinical form with a 6-0 lead at the end of regulation, making the target 7. The first to 7 wins. Players will be removed every 3 minutes as long as the ball goes out of bounds or if there's a whistle. And they'll work all the way down to 2v2. They won't get to 1v1. They'll keep it 2v2 until somebody does score. Great thing about the TST, in all 3 years, every single game played has ended with a goal. Brilliant. Reinforced this year with the introduction of the Adidas Golden Fleece to the player that scores that target time goal. Sergio Potrero, number 10 for Seleccion Potrero, picked it up with back-to-back goals over #United. Not been his favorite day today, though, after what was an incredible performance against Laid back. So we kind of mentioned it. We thought Luis Diego Gomez Luna would be the goalkeeper in target time. Goalkeepers that can stay on there where you don't have to put a penny on a field player to get the action you want. That's not to say they won't bring out Luna because they're so loaded, they will, but they'll wait quite a bit. And there he is, handling it, the rollout, the turn. Seleccion Potrero with the foul. Perhaps a little bit of understandable frustration down.
Hola, hola.
Everything but the extra point. Left side.
Le quiero mandar un saludo a mi
6-0 Pumas to Alabama. You get a chance to Google TST and then Google their roster and then see the double-digit players that have multiple goals and multiple assists for this team that has outscored the opposition 23-7. Of course, the only one they care about right now is 24 because that will send them in to the quarters. Knockout round of 16 started with 48. A lot of teams celebrating and perhaps a lot of teams pretty sad about leaving. The great thing is, though, not for every team, but having been involved with this for 3 years, even as the TST progresses, this festival feel, the players are drawn back to it to watch it, which makes that Monday night really fun. Sunday's awesome with the semifinals and the intensity, knowing that you're one heartbeat away from a chance to play for $1 million. Seleccion Potrero. It makes sense what Potrero's doing now. I mean, they know they've got this massive mountain, so maybe they'll do their own version of taking their time. All right, so great job by our crew to show that player has been removed as we played the 3 minutes and then the stoppage time, so it's not exactly 3 minutes. They won't just blow the whistle. First time they do. They make it 6v6, 3 more minutes, and the whistle happens. 5v5, and on we go. Long ball. Go out of bounds. Serby stayed in there. He's got it. There's a higher press. As Pumas to Alabama may say, let's finish the business. One way to do it is to find this man, Hugo Ivan Rodriguez Abundez. Has been in the middle of so much. Multiple assists in this game, and then a finish from beyond midfield. That probably should have been saved by a Serby, but talk about a man who deserves the goal because he's always thinking pass first. It was number 17, and he got it. He's waiting on it now, and he gets it. Left foot. Lucky there. We have seen so many times, though, when Pumas to Alabama loses the ball, it doesn't matter. Even if you wanted to divide the field in thirds, it doesn't matter what part of the field they're in, they'll win it back.
Sorry.
Quick OFC, bumpy pitch FC. Starting to get rolling, 7 minutes in. Target is 7. Played back. Oh, an impossible angle and finished. Incredible. Jamabet number 55. He has really been heating up. The angle was almost impossible. We'll try to take a look at it. We know we got to get him that Adidas coat and fleece. He's got to get the water on top of him. But we mentioned how many times they've had one-touch goals. Look at this back heel here. Runs onto it. It's a 2-touch goal, but he'll take it. Look at that nifty little pass into space. Look at this angle near post. The goalkeeper's worst nightmare, celebration time for Pumas to Alabama. Put them on the map and do not be surprised if they are here Monday night playing for $1 million. Just looking for the Adidas Golden Fleece. Jarmabet, so good, and he is standing by, and it is that time. Golden Fleece for number 55, a touchdown for Pumas to Alabama, 7-6 over Seleccion Potrero. I want to thank Andrea Crawford and our amazing crew. I'm Dean Linke. For all of the great volunteers of the TST, the incredible people working in television and everybody tuning in, I'm Dean Linke saying so long. Watch out for Pumas to Alabama, 7-0. They hung it on. Seleccion Potrero.